Hey, my name is Crunk Chocolate, and welcome to End of Season Report. It's part of Shades of Blues podcast content season, streaming live on FanFest. Let's cut that part out. Streaming live right now. Shout out to all our patronies watching with us. And for you people who will eventually be watching this on YouTube, hi, hello, but also subscribe if this is your first time on, and go ahead and like that video. It's the off season, which means we can all relax a bit on our tribalism. So here I am asking some of my favorite people about clubs in the Premier League or Women's Super League. Today we talk Arsenal. Those Gunners, poof, poof, poof. Here with some friends. SOBN, Arsenal 86 stand up, Shady Gang. You know them, you love them despite their club affiliation. Give it up for Paulina and Byron. You know, I had to sneak something
We in here, Arsenal 86. Let's go.
Yeah, so I thought I was struggling with the heat and the humidity that I got. And then naturally, whenever I hear Paulina talking about her Arizona weather, I instantly regret feeling bad for myself. And it's hot where I am, and you're 30 degrees hotter. It's like, how is that even possible? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, but you guys have the humidity, and honestly, I would rather much deal with 117 like I am today and feeling like I'm opening up an oven than just constantly be like wet when I
Yeah,
step outside.
that's true.
True.
That's true. Yeah.
I can get out of the shower here and like go outside and my hair's dry.
I like that. That's a great way to think of it then. Okay, cool. The way that this will work is there are 5 categories kits, and we will kits, and in that kits there are 3 grades: home, away, and third. Then we have manager, squad, supporters, and front office. Our guests will be grading each category A through F. American grading scale. We skip E for some reason. You can use pluses or minuses if you feel moved by it. We have introduced the U. That is such a bad grade. You don't know what it's like. If L, if F minus, 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 you don't even want to give them that. You give them a U. Y'all are pretty supportive of your club. They weren't that awful this year, I don't think. But if there is a category somewhere you need to use it, use it. I'm here for it. All the chaos. We will start with the home kit. Go ahead and give me a grade of the home kit and your thoughts on that reddish kit.
P, go ahead.
Okay. Um, I like that they brought back the cannon, but home kits are just I mean they tend to be really just plain to me. So to me it's a B. Um, there hasn't been a time where I've been like, I need that home kit until like this new one that's coming out this season.
Oh,
I feel
Yeah.
like I have one red kit and I'm good with that.
Yeah. That's where I am too. I really think that it was pretty unoriginal. Like P said, the canon, that's dope. I really like that. But yeah, there was it's just super boring kit. Like people I know people that go out and buy a home kit every year for some reason because they're like sickos, but I am not gonna buy a new home kit until like P said, this new one, it's really ornate. And this one that we currently had is just terrible. So I give it a B.
yeah, I'm looking at this right now. I see it. Yeah, the little snaps. The A. Oh yeah, it's an A, like an A pattern on the red.
Yeah.
See, and that's something different. Like I feel like the home kits in the last couple of years have just been pretty similar with like a different crust, which
Hmm.
whatever. I already have a lot of even just like non-kit shirts that have the cannon. So I didn't need that home kit personally. Um I always buy the third and the away kit.
Hmm.
Yeah, even me with I do have a few blue city kits, but for the most part, mine are the away or the third. I'm usually that because again
Nice.
there's only so much you can do with just blue, and a
Right.
lot of the kits are just like blue with a little. You get too crazy, fans get very angry about that. Okay, away. Uh, Byron, we'll start with you. What grade would you give that away kit? Which I of the your three, that is my favorite. So
And we're
I will
going.
say that.
I love Black Kids, and I love what it represents. It's representing, Black Arsenal, the Islington neighborhood. Um, a lot of traditional journalists, sports journalists, especially at the BBC, don't like Arsenal because in the 80s and 90s we had a lot of Black players when other clubs didn't, and it's just the identity of the club. So yeah, I'm going to go a solid A because I would give our kit 2 years ago, the Wakanda kit, A plus. So I'm gonna go with an A on this one. I love it.
Agreed. 100%. North London is red, but it's also very black. So
Yeah.
huge, huge black community. It's part of the reason why I like Arsenal too, especially because I'm a big um like reggae ska second wave kind of person.
Yes.
So like the specials and all that shit too. And that's what like that North London part represents too. And I know the specials aren't necessarily from North London, but a lot of the subculture around that music and Northern Soul and all that stuff um definitely represents that. So that kit is definitely an A plus for me. And again, I love black kits in general. I wear mostly black as it is. So that just gets to be part of my wardrobe on a more daily basis.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, thank you for getting all spicy and colorful with us wearing the green today. Then we feel honored.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, third kit. What little cotton candy vibes to me.
Yeah.
Paulina, what are your thoughts on the kit, and what grade would you give it?
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it. I don't know. I feel like our third kits are always really, really cool. They're out there and, they don't necessarily represent the club colors. Like we had that highlighter yellow one last year, which is the first one that I bought
Hmm.
immediately because it's like, look at me, you can't ignore me.
No, you
Hmm.
can't.
I have that pink one that we barely wore. Love it as well. But I really do love this pastel color. I know a lot of people were like, it's very Man City. I don't. No, I don't give a fuck. Because you know what it does is that people see it from afar and they think it's Man City and they approach me and they try to talk to me and then I turn around and then they're like, "Oh fuck, it's Arsenal." And then that gives me the window of opportunity to talk shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I give it an A for the bands.
That's hilarious. What do you got,
Yeah,
Byron?
and like for me, like I'm kind of the same way as P. Like I like it. I think I give it a A minus just because I really like when Arsenal does something flashy, like when we do an alternate in like a yellow. I think it was, I want to say it was like 2000, and it might have been like 2010 or 2011. We had like this yellow Arsenal kit and it had blue cuffs and it was like so bright and vibrant. And I was like, I want more of that. Like P said, I want people to see something where it's so bright and they're like, who the hell is that? And they're like, oh yeah, that's that Arsenal kit.
Mhm.
That's what I want. But this kit, it was better than our home kit for sure. And it's the Sully colors from Monsters Inc. and my dog's name is Sully. So yeah, I like it.
I like that.
I will say that I've been looking for that yellow and blue kit in a long sleeve for a really long time. So if there's
Yes.
anyone listening that is willing to part with it, please beg my line.
Need that.
oh, I love it. Okay. Next category, manager Mikel Arteta. Uh, no one can argue if if he's a good tactician. Like obviously he plans, he sets the team up for success. Um, it does seem from how the team played when he first got there, the team now, it's really kind of like it's almost like imploding on itself. It was such like a fun, free attacking, and now it's like that y'all were set piece FC for a good half of the season because it felt like the team was so stuck on possession or so. I don't even know because I can't watch many of the games, but there were a lot of games that I thought you would run away with it more, but instead it took like a timely set piece, which I do know you guys are basically unstoppable from there. I mean, I understand you got the twin giants as center backs and Odegaard and Saka. They are very good at place kicking. But your setup, it seems like the team has been set up for moments of success rather than just like nonstop 90-minute domination like I feel like I've been used to you guys. So your thoughts. How did Mikel Arteta do over this last season, and what grade would you give him?
I mean, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, go ahead.
I give him an A. I still think that everyone's been saying like trust the process, and I think we're starting to finally see the process. What a lot of people forget is that we had a lot of injuries this year, a lot, and so yeah, we weren't as dominating in the possession aspect of it, but damn, was our defense good. And not just that, but like set piece FC, like you get us in a corner and it was game over for y'all, for anyone, right? And that's hard to do, like setting that expectation that you're like, we cannot let Arsenal have that corner. We cannot let them have any corners because they're gonna score. The only criticism I have really on Arteta is that he needs to let Martinelli just be the fucking Brazilian that he is. Because when they let that boy run, that's when he's at his best. Like he is not meant to stay in a position or in a set place or anything like that. That boy runs, he's a runner, he's a track star, and he's gonna score. And we saw that in Champions League. And if you just let him do that more, I think we'd be better off. But yeah, I think he did a great job with how many setbacks we had.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And first, let's touch on the defensive side of the ball. So Saliba and Gabriel, absolutely amazing. The best duo in the league, the best duo, one of the best duos in the world, and we're really lucky and fortunate to have them. And I want to touch on injuries as well because that touches on the defensive side. So as we know, Gabby was out for a large chunk on the back end of the season. And we also were missing Odegaard, and we are also missing Saka. Those are all critical players that help in our defense because we have a lot of attacking, but people don't know that Odegaard he leads the line in our trap, and Saka is one of the rare wingers that actually tracks back, so we can get it back in our back line shape of five in the back. Like that's so important. So missing those guys really did hurt us. And let's be honest, Odie, he wasn't the same Odie. He still came back, but he was injured, and so I can't fault them for that. One thing that I do want to see though, I need to see Arteta evolve in the sense that we're going to go up against the nastiest low blocks possible, and you know that. So you got to prepare to beat those. I can't remember. I think it might have been on NBC Sports with the two Robbies. And basically what they did was they showed our attacking line in the front, and it was just a big U. There was no penetration in the middle. And so Arteta, to evolve, needs to learn how to break down the low blocks because that's all we're going to see now because we are title contenders. And for the teams that, are in the bottom half, including Chelsea and Tottenham, they're going to sit in that low block. And we just got to be able to get through that and not around it. Because like to your point, Crunk, we were relying on a lot of set pieces. And yeah, they worked out because our average height is I think it's 6'2", 6'3", which is great. But we need to learn how to break down low blocks because once we break that down, we can do set piece FC, but that's not the only thing that we have there to rely upon. So yeah. But I'm giving him an A for sure.
And let's add into that Kai and Calafiori were fucking hurt as well.
Yeah, that's right. Kai was out too, and Calafiori. Yeah,
Calafiori scored that madness against City at the beginning of the season and was like, "All right, I did my job, guys. See you at the end of the season."
I feel
We're
like
gonna,
that's I feel like that's a
yeah,
new player curse we have though, because like I mean, even look at Timber last year, he got injured immediately, and I think Arteta also does ride his players really hard during practice.
yeah. That too. That has to be addressed because there's not a lot of trust in the squad with Arteta. So he'll put out the same team. And I mean, City saw that too. Like you put out the same players, it just runs them down. So, and especially Arsenal fans, and I'm sure it's the same with City, they'll say, well, they get paid so much money. I'm like, still, it's a human body. They're not bionic. Like it just breaks down. And I mean, in Arsenal, all of these injuries can be attributed to the amount of games that they've played. So, yeah, we got to address that.
Yeah, would I joked, but also, I mean, it's kind of obvious because, like, and I'm happy you said it. The reason why you guys became Set Piece FC is I know Arteta for a good chunk of your practice, it was just practicing the different set piece combinations, and he was just so again. Well, every single time these players are just jumping up, smashing into each other, jumping up, smashing into each other, jumping up, smashing into each other. Yeah, they have all of these different formations and plans and ideations locked down, and they can score a million different ways from a set piece. But the players were exhausted and tired, and luckily you didn't lose your two stud center backs, and that really does help with the defense. And they also helped so much on the attack with the set pieces. I really did. I was like, I feel bad for Saliba and them because they have to do everything where you're shutting the defense down, you're not letting the other team score, and then you have to score for your club as well. They
And we
were.
gotta remember too that Saliba last season played every single game.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and that was criminal. And that was, it was criminal this year for Timber to play in 90% of the games after tearing
After
his
having that
ACL.
injury, yeah.
That was negligent, and he needs to fix that. And we'll get to the board because yeah, they have a lot to do with that. But yeah, he needs to trust more guys for sure in the squad. Like we're a top tier team. We have to rotate our players. We just have to.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep it moving to the squad, and we'll talk about that. So, how do you? Obviously, we know about the injuries, but how do you think the squad held up this season? What grade would you give them, and why? We'll go right back to you, Byron.
I'm going to be aggressive here. I'm going to say A+, even though
Oh
we
my
didn't win
god!
anything. And this is why we had to go against PGMOL. That monster had us down to 10 men in 6 games, the most of the season, and we still found a way to finish second. Like I'm so proud of how resilient the squad was, especially because a lot of the red cards were in scenarios where you never saw it again in the Premier League, especially the kicking the ball away.
It's because you guys raged. They were like, "All right,
Yeah,
we're not dealing with this. Let's stop this."
they're like, we're not gonna mess with Arsenal anymore
Yeah,
because their
no,
fans are livid. Like,
yeah,
yeah, y'all don't mess with us because you guys robbed us of points. Um, and also we don't have our yeah, we still don't have a true number 9. Like Kai did a great job, and I'm big on Kai Havertz. I think he's amazing, but we don't have a true in and out number 9, and that's something that we need to address. But oh my gosh, Miguel Mourinho, my guy, stepped up, and it was like there's a stat line where he was like banging in like the most in the Premier League as a striker, like over real strikers. And I was like, okay, we must did some black magic in the locker room or something. But these guys are cooking. And I want to give a big shout out to two other people too. Urian Timber, I think he finished. I want to say he finished like third or fourth in the Player of the Season, maybe fourth, but he was absolutely exceptional because if anyone knows anything about ACL, it's so hard to come back from. And even with all the new technology and the new techniques, it's crazy to play on the highest level and shut down some of the best wingers in the world after that injury. And he did such an amazing job. And I also want to shout out Miles Lewis Skelly, who gets so much unfair stick in the English media because he is confident and he's black. Like those are the two things that are working against him in the English media. And it was the same thing that they tried to do with Raheem Sterling like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, and where they just tried to beat down his confidence. And but no, he showed up on the biggest stages, laughed
At Holland.
against at Holland and laughed against Real Madrid. Like I saw him during the pregame and he was just chilling, like, yeah, I'm here. Who cares? Like I just love his attitude. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And I'm really proud of the squad because they battled through adversity.
On that note, agreed. A plus. Again, on top with all the injuries, like Marino, like I did not rate him at all, and he proved me wrong completely. Lewis Skelly, love him. If there's some, you guys already know that I love shithousers. And number one, the moment he mocked Holland, I was like, "That's my boy. I'm gonna get. I need a shirt with his name on the back." And I mean, I still to this day dream about those Declan Rice fucking Champions League goals that he made.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way those curved, I dream about those like almost on a nightly basis. When I'm in a bad mood, when I'm sad, that's what I go look at. And not just that, but the way they did in Champions League, like speechless still. Like, yeah, the what was it, the Real Madrid game?
Mm-hmm.
That shit had my cortisol levels fucked up for weeks. Like, but it was so good. It was so good. I canceled the date.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel after this game. And he's like, well, what if your team wins? I was like, if my team wins, that's all I'm gonna want to think about. I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to you. And if my team loses, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
But they ended up winning, and either way, I was just, my heart rate was through the roof that I couldn't chill. I had no chill. I had to like run home to chill out. Like, and I have not felt that way about a game in so long.
Mm-hmm.
So
It was
just
amazing.
the way that they made me feel this season, yeah, some of it like pissed me off, but most of it was just pure joy. And yeah, I know everyone gives a shit for being in second again, but consistency. At least we're fucking consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're knocking on that door, and we're gonna, the thing that no one wants is for us to win anything because they know we will be insufferable.
Correct.
This is everyone's worst nightmare, is how consistent we've been, because they
Mhm.
know we're this close. They know we're this close.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all that, P. And then just I want to add one thing too is Jakub Kivior. So many Arsenal supporters doubted him. First of all, he's a brick wall for the Poland national team. But secondly, he plays for Arsenal. Like they thought we just like, I don't know, brought on a scrub or something. Like, but he showed how powerful he is, and he wasn't scared of the moment. Like even when we lost to PSG in Champions League, in both legs, he was really strong. He was one of our best players. So Jakub Kivior, he's come a long way. Like I hope we keep him. There's talks that he might leave and go to Italy, but there's a player there, and I'm really excited to see how he grows within the Arsenal squad because he's been absolutely amazing. He was immense.
Yeah, I think this next season would absolutely be his season, 100%.
Hmm.
If he stayed and they allowed him more playing time, because that's really what he was lacking, is playing time. Um, but as you say in Polish, I love you. Kocham cię, Jakub Kiwior. Hope you see that. Mwah.
Yes, look at that.
Love it. Oh, and okay. Next category, supporters. You know, a lot of people say we don't mind the squad, the club, but it's the fan base that kind of makes people dislike Arsenal. Like, hey, I obviously very much enjoy you guys, and I do have a nice chunk of Arsenal fan. Like I actually had a couple people be like, "You guys have a lot of Arsenal fans on your lit streams." It's like, yeah, there are a lot of Arsenal fans. I don't know what to tell you. It just also I just want to talk good football. But y'all are more tapped into the fan base. I know there was a couple of weird moments with the fan base this year. So yeah, what are your thoughts and what grade would you give the supporters this year?
You go first, Bart.
I hope we have some Arsenal fans that will be listening to this. I give you hoes a D. Y'all suck. Like y'all are some of the worst fans in the Premier League. Like there are times when it's so hype and the Emirates is just rocking when times are good, but when times are bad, yeah, y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible, especially during the Champions League. Like, and I know there's a whole like ticket allotment issue that happened, but if you are an Arsenal fan and you have a little bit more money in your pocket and you show up to a Champions League, cheer for the team. Like, what the hell are you doing there? If you don't want to be there, sell your tickets. Like, I don't know. But I will say this: the Ashburton Army, when they were allowed in the stadium, they had the stadium lit. And I want to say on the women's side, um, I want to say we broke the record for attendance.
Mhm.
So that's absolutely exceptional. So I'm gonna separate the women's fan base in this. Um, but yeah, so actually let me do this. Women's fan base, I'm gonna give y'all an A. On the men's side, I'm gonna retract my D and say C minus. Because there were times when y'all had me lit. Then there's some other times when I was like, why is the Emirates a library? Because we're down one. Like it makes no sense. So yeah, that's how I feel about it anyway.
Uh,
I'm giving it a C, mostly because I fucking hate our online fans
Yes.
like a lot. I don't know, being a woman that supports Arsenal, you get like I can't even make comments on anything because then you get a gang of dudes trying to like be
yeah.
like, you don't know anything, blah blah blah. So I must just stay quiet online. Um, in the stadium, I thought they were pretty decent this year, but if there was going to be an A, it's going to Ashburn Army. They killed it.
Yeah.
Both in the stadium and like in their online presence and organizing and all that stuff. And the one game where Arsenal did their own quote unquote tifo, leave it to AA, please. In the future, don't do that again. I don't know what the front office was thinking, but I think that's proof enough that they should just leave it to the fans. Um, Women's fans, always a pleasure. So they get an A, like by itself.
Love y'all.
But
Y'all are like y'all the best thing about the club for real.
yeah, but overall, like a C. Um, Hopefully this next season I get to actually experience it in person and be part of that. And I would absolutely yell at people next to me for not cheering or being quiet.
Yeah, we showing up in person this year, inshallah. Um, One thing I do want to say too about the overall support is I think more of my energy is coming from our online fan base. Offline, it's a little rough too because, like I said, if you're in the stadium, cheer for the squad. But online, oh my gosh, especially the party fans, like the
You,
West
you get a U.
West
Yeah.
African party fans. I'm like, you guys are terrible, like just awful people. Um, Talking about sexual assault victims and doing all this stuff for a person you don't know with this sick symbiotic relationship, you loser. Like, I hate
Okay,
y'all.
that's where I'm gonna give the U is the online fans. That's where they get a
You,
U.
yeah, there we go. We're gonna give you to the
Yeah,
online fans. Yeah,
yeah.
there we go. I like
Like
that.
it. I'll put it in.
Losers.
But other than
Y'all
that,
suck.
the couple of online fans that I do really like, shout out Poison Lasagna. They absolutely kill it with coverage and like some of the bootleg stuff that they do and the zine they do. And then at the clock end, also great photographer, great coverage of the stands and the supporters just on a day to day like life basis. So some of the people that are actually out there doing stuff are really really good at it.
Mhm. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Well, final category, the front office. What are your thoughts on them? How do they do? And what grade did you give them?
I don't like
So
go for it.
So like we have to separate this because I will go ahead and say this right now. Out of all the years I've been an Arsenal fan, it's been like it's been rough, right? But Andrea Berta, he's absolutely cooking this summer. Like the rumors are true as far as what he's working on, and I'm really excited about that portion. But strictly judging by the 24 to 25 season with Adu in charge, Mans was out coughing. Mans was out like having tapas or something because he didn't do shit for us at all. Like the cupboard was bare. It got so bad that I think it was either December. I think it was December, and Declan Rice, consummate professional. He's probably going to be prime minister one day. He says in an interview, "Yeah, I think we have some more people coming in," and that's how you knew shit was bad at the club. And Adu did nothing. In fact, Adu was interviewing for another job that he ended up taking, and he was just asleep at the wheel. So I got to give the front office a D. It was bad. Like our guys are running on fumes, and it's dangerous to run on fumes at this level.
Yeah.
So I give those guys a D.
I don't rate them. They get a U.
You,
did.
yeah, I go with
No,
you as
they.
well. I forget about that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I think like Byron said, they were asleep at the wheel. They really screwed us over with signings. They tend to be really slow. It's just how it's been the last couple of years. I don't think about the front office. I don't pay attention to about the front office because if I do, they just piss me off. So I don't rate them.
That is so beautiful. I'm gonna take this offline to a U. We're taking that from the UK. That's beautiful. I love it.
It is great. I enjoy it. This moment I heard it, I was like, oh, because it sounds so bad. um who okay, so I know you signed Keppa, but and got rid of part that guy. Um who let's see, Kier Tierney, I saw Jorginho at Flamenco, I saw
Oh,
him.
Tyranny. Oh, I will always love Tyranny, bro. If I ever see bro, I'm gonna dap him up. He was like, we need a statue out front. I don't care. We just need to put a statue out front. I don't care. That's my guy.
And that
Uh,
goal he made at the end of the season,
Yes.
that what a beautiful sign off.
He
Um,
deserved it.
he really, really did. It was very Granit Xhaka esque.
mm, I love it. Yeah, but who, like, are you getting that striker finally? Is that happening?
I think so. I think we're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna get Yorkes.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I
saw the
think that's
nonsense that's
looking
going
pretty
on
promising.
there. Well, I saw like the president of Sporting is kind of trying to play hardball, where he's like, nothing short of 70 million will be taken, and now Yorkes has basically put in his transfer request. Well, you know he's leaving. But yeah, it'll be interesting on what is the price that Arsenal and Sporting come up with.
Yeah, I mean, and as far as strikers go, like I said, Berta is cooking. So if we get Yorkres or if we get Sesko, I'm good either way. We just need a proper striker. And I think Kai can lead the line. But what I envision is we need to have more agility. So like we can play Kai and we can play an out and out striker because people don't realize this. Kai is just a really tall number 10. And if we can put them on the field together, and then we have Declan and we'll get to him in a second, but Zubamendi, oh my gosh, like we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Oh, that Zubamendi, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, I know that hurt. I know that hurt. I love it though. I love it for us. We 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 have been in the trenches. It's time for us to go to the high rise. We deserve it. It's time.
I don't pay attention to transfer window, just like I don't pay attention to the front office. I don't like rumors, they stress me out. I am the kind of person that is not paying attention until I am seeing them live in action on the pitch because I've learned from those mistakes where people talk them up so much. Pepe. And we pay high prices and then they don't deliver. So I see it. When I see it, I'll believe it.
That Pepe
Yeah,
transfer was crazy.
it was. It really was.
Like,
Um, yeah, it was nuts.
I will say though, I did just move into a new place, and the first thing I did was tell the boys in this house that this is an Arsenal house,
Yes,
that's
and they
I
the
get no
love
say
it.
in that. They get no say in that. They're like, "What if?"
I
And I was
love
like,
it.
"No, this is it. Sorry."
oh, respect. You got to establish immediately. They're just like, no, no bending. It's Arsenal.
They're like, "Well, I'm partial to." I'm like, "I don't care what you're partial to."
You're partial. I'm all in. You
Yeah.
know, that's the difference. That's the difference. Oh man. Okay. Well, this was wonderful. It was fun being
Oh,
able to have.
one
Oh,
thing before we wrap.
go for it. Go for it.
I'm actually really excited about one transfer that a lot of people aren't like excited about, and that's Christian Norgard from Brentford. He's basically going to be the Jorginho
Oh,
replacement, and I think he's going to do exceptionally well. He's really cool, calm, collected. I think he's turning 31, so yeah, towards the end of his career, but we need that calmness in the locker room, and yeah, I think he's going to be exceptional. It's going to be
yeah, he's a
fun.
good player. Yeah, he's a good
It's
player.
really crazy to say that someone's at their end of the career and at 31, and I'm like, I'm 32. What am I doing with my life?
Oh yeah, I didn't. Man, Brentford's gonna be so shit next year. oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, losing Thomas Frank, and they're just getting rid of all of their good players. They went promoted their set piece coach. Like, respect to set piece coaches. Like, set pieces are important, but he's never been a manager before. I like, man, goodness gracious. Oh, they're gonna be bad. Okay. Anything else about Arsenal that you want to shout out or talk about? Or
I'm
no,
really
but like
excited for the season to start. That
we're
first
so
game's gonna be
excited.
crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, and first of all, I can't leave this show without talking our shit. Arsenal women champions of the Europe. Like let's put that up. That's an exceptional accomplishment. Um, and I want to say to any Spuds fans watching, y'all still ain't shit. Y'all ain't ever gonna be shit. That's a Mickey Mouse trophy. Like y'all are trash. Enjoy it because next year it's gonna be a real hard knock life for you. And if we have any United fans watching this, relegation's coming. Relegation is coming. Enjoy this
Not just
summer because
that, but
it's
I'll
going to get
never
real.
forgive you guys for handing the fucking Spurs their first trophy in 17 years. How dare you? You had one job. You had
One job,
one job.
one job.
they are pretty
Y'all
pathetic.
nasty.
Yeah, they are pretty sad. Can't even argue with you there. Oh. Anytime we can laugh at United, that is a good moment for me. It brings a
That was a
smile
great
every
moment.
time.
And I
Uh,
think that's one thing we have in common here is like, yeah, we hate Tottenham because we love Arsenal, but we can all agree we hate Manchester United.
yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah. They're the worst. Ugh.
yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate both of you for your time and patience, and we got this all situated and handled. Please plug yourself or let people know what you're up to, how they can find you, any of those good things.
T,
Mm.
go ahead. Plug us. Plug us.
Yeah, Arsenal 86. You can listen to us here on this network. You can find us on Blue Sky as well. We'll do better this season, I promise about the
Yeah, we
shows.
locking in this season.
It's
Y'all
just
ain't
been
ready.
it's been a crazy year personally for me.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
But I'm also hair metal dad on whatever social media you can find. I don't use Twitter anymore, but if you want to look at my archives, you can see that I'm fucking insane. If you're in Phoenix, you can catch me DJing somewhere downtown. What about you,
Can't
Byron?
wait. No, I mean, I'm the other half of Arsenal '86. Me and P, we just have a lot of fun talking about Arsenal, and we just tell it how it is. Like we love our club, but when our club is messing up, we're gonna say that. When our club is great, we're gonna say that. When rivals are popping off too much, we're gonna come on to the podcast and talk about that. So yeah, follow us. We have fun. We're like
They
A
do
lot
have-
of Arsenal podcasts are like very like dry and serious and talking about what. No, we don't do that shit. We keep it real. So yeah, come follow us.
I
We
love
have
that.
fun.
That's great. All right. Well, this was a fun day. 3 streams that I did today.
Wow.
That was a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I only have one more show to do tomorrow, and I've covered all the teams that I could get in the WSL and all the teams in the Premier League. I believe it got like 10 of the 12, 11 of the 12. Might have even gotten 12 of the 12. But yeah, because I didn't get all of the Premier League. I wasn't able to get a Leicester men. I couldn't get any of the teams that were relegated. They were all basically just like, can I not do this? And I was like, yeah, that's completely fair. But I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about the season, but completely understand that you do not want to. All right, everybody. We're out of here. See you soon. Until next time, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.